Father Rat loved his children, he really did. Sure, they were a handful, always getting into trouble, but they were his troublemakers. He'd do anything for them. He remembered the day they were born, tiny, pink and hairless. He was so proud, he wanted to be the best dad ever. Father Rat worked hard to provide for his family. He scavenged for food, kept their nest warm and safe, and taught his children important life lessons, like how to avoid cats and how to find the best scraps. He loved watching them grow. He was a good dad. One day everything changed. The mother of his children, well, she left, just up and left. No explanation, no forwarding address, just gone. He was devastated, but he had to be strong for his children. He would raise them on his own. He would be both mother and father to them. He knew it wouldn't be easy. Being a single parent is tough, especially in the rat world, but he was determined. He would make it work. He had to, for his children. Life was hard, really hard. Raising 3 baby rats alone was no picnic. They were demanding, messy and loud, but they were his. He wouldn't trade them for the world. But sometimes he wished he had some help. He started to hear things, whispers, just outside his nest. He couldn't make out the words, but they sounded mean, spiteful. He brushed it off at first. Must be the wind, or maybe his imagination. He was sleep-deprived after all. Then the messages started appearing, nasty little notes left right outside his nest. You'll never be a good father. Your children are better off without you. Give up. You're a failure. He didn't know who was sending them, but it was clear they wanted him to suffer. He suspected it was his ex's friends, Dumkita and Tardnisha. They never liked him. Always thought he wasn't good enough for their friend. He should have known they wouldn't make this easy for him. They were probably behind all of this. He just knew it. He tried to ignore the messages, but they were relentless. They kept coming day after day, night after night. They were getting to him. He was starting to doubt himself. Maybe they were right. Maybe he wasn't cut out for this. Maybe he should just give up. He couldn't live like this anymore. He had to do something. He couldn't let them win. He had to fight back, but how? He couldn't just go around accusing everyone. He needed proof. He needed to catch them in the act. One night, he pretended to leave the nest. He snuck out a secret back way and hid nearby. He waited and waited. Just when he was about to give up, he saw them, Dumkita and Tardnisha, sneaking up to his nest. They were holding something in their paws. Notes. They were going to leave more notes. He couldn't believe it. It was really them. He was furious. He stormed out of his hiding place and confronted them. "What do you think you're doing?" he growled. Dumkita and Tardnisha were startled. They tried to hide the notes, but it was too late. He'd seen everything. "It's not what it looks like," Dumkita squeaked. "Yeah, we were just, leaving you a little gift," Tardnisha stammered. He wasn't buying it. "I've had enough of your games," he said. "I'm going to the authorities." He gathered up all the notes, and he would use them as evidence. He would tell everyone what they'd done. He would fight for custody of his children. He wouldn't let them win. He would prove that he was a good father. He would make his children proud. He returned to his nest. His wife was waiting for him. She had heard about everything. She was proud of him for standing up for himself, for their children. "We'll get through this," she said, "together." He knew she was right. They had a long road ahead of them, but they would face it together as a family.